as an event handler. When a function is used as an event handler, its keyword this is set to the element on which the listener is placed. Some browsers do not follow this convention for listeners added dynamically with methods other than add event listener. And here you have the link if you want to read more in this article. So we have this example here. And for this example, we're going to use Visual Studio Code, but pretty much we have a function named bluefi, and we're going to pass in the element e inside of the curly braces of the function bluefi. We're going to cancel that log, and we want to see if the keyword this is equal to the e element that the current target. So pretty much when called as a listener turns the related element blue. So that is what this function is going to do. Always true. So the keyword this is equal to e that current target, and the next line we're going to cancel that log, and again we want to see if the keyword this is equal to the e element that target. In this case it was e that current target, and the second one is e that target. We end up with a semicolon, and now we're gonna use the keyword this that style that background color, and we're gonna change it to this specific color. So it's gonna be this one. It's gonna be it's kind of like a blue. So we close the curly braces of the function bluefi, and now we're gonna declare a constant named elements, and we're gonna assign it to the document that get elements by tag name, and inside of the parentheses we're gonna pass in the asterisk inside of the double quotes, and pretty much what we're gonna get is gonna be get a list of every element in the document. Finally, we're gonna use a for loop, and inside of the parentheses of the for we're gonna use the counts of. So we're gonna use counts element of elements, and inside of the curly braces we're gonna type in element dot event listener, and we're gonna listen for a click. We're gonna pass in the function the bluefi, and finally the boolean false. When we click it, the page has to change colors. It has to change to this specific color, to the number A5D9F3. So we can go to Visual Studio Code. We can open Visual Studio Code if you have it installed, and I'm gonna go to my folder, and I have it in programming, JavaScript, and it's gonna be test. So I press select folder, and I'm gonna create an HTML. I don't know, I'm gonna name it test.html. Okay, so you press shift, the exclamation mark, and then you press enter, and then you save it. So that is our file for HTML. Now we're gonna put test.js. This is gonna be our JavaScript. So we're gonna grab this example here, and this is gonna be in our JavaScript file. So we go here, we paste it, and we save it with Ctrl+S. So right now what we are gonna do is we're gonna go just below the body, and we're gonna type in a script, and okay, script, and we're gonna put in the source, and the source is gonna be the name test.js. So right now we are connected our JS file. Okay, and now we go to our test.html, and we press right click, and we open with live server, and here you have this white page. So if you click in any part, it's gonna change colors. It's gonna go to this kind of like a blue color, that is the A5D9F3. So that is that for this example. Now the keyword this inline event handlers. When the code is called from an inline event handler attribute, its keyword this is set to the down element on which the listener is placed. So here we have this piece of code, and pretty much we are creating a button, and we're using the on click. We use the equal sign. Inside of the double quotes we're gonna pass in an alert. Inside of the parentheses we're gonna use the keyword this, and we're gonna change it to the tag name that lowercase function. We close the parentheses, we end up with a semicolon, we close the double quotes, and we close the angle bracket, and the name of this button is gonna be show this. So when we press the button show this, it's gonna change the color, or it's gonna here, and then we close this button with angle brackets slash button, and we can grab this piece of code and we can go to Visual Studio Code, and I would say in the body just below here we can paste it, and we can save it with Control S. So now we can go to our, okay, here you have it. This is the button, and its name is gonna be show this. So if I click it, it says it sends an alert button. Okay, that is that. The above alert shows button. Note however that only the outer code has its keyword this set this way. So here there's another piece of code. We have the button on click alert. In the parentheses we have a function, and it's returning the keyword this. We close the curly braces, we have the parentheses, we close the parentheses, then we have a new set of parentheses, and we close the outer parentheses, put a semicolon, we close with double quotes, and we close the angle brackets of the button. But this time this name is gonna be show inner this, and we end up this button with the angle brackets slash button. So we can grab this example, and just below here, that's below button, and the line 12 we can paste it. We can save it with Control S, and now we're gonna have two buttons. One is gonna be named show this, and the other one is gonna be show inner this. So when we press show inner this, what we're gonna get is gonna be this object window, and it's gonna change the color of the page. And when we press show this, it's gonna get us here this alert saying button. So that is done, and if I refresh this page, it's gonna be white again, but if I click on any part of this white page, it's gonna turn into blue. So that is that for that example. So in this case, the inner function's keyword this isn't set, so it returns the global slash window object, i.e. the default object in non-strict mode, where the keyword this isn't set by the call.